we had been struggling with infertility for almost 6 years before we came here. We lived up in Idaho, so we had seen a few doctors there, and then moved down here to Phoenix. We saw a few doctors here who couldn't help us, and then I had met with a family doctor that was actually my mom's doctor, and we were talking with him, and I was telling him just kind of our experiences, and he said, "Oh, you need to see Dr. Moffat." And so I didn't question it, and he knew my history, our history, and said, if you want to get pregnant, you need to do IVF, and you need to see Dr. Moffat. And so we came here, and Dr. Moffat helped us, and we got our little baby. We did 5, well, I was on Clomid and Femara for a little bit when we lived in Idaho, and we had done 5 IUIs previous, and none of those were successful. So yeah, that's the treatment we had done previous.
Yeah, we learned the difference between an OB IUI and an actual IUI. There's quite a bit of a difference there. Yeah.
Well, being here in your office just reminds me of that first meeting we had with you. And I felt like we had a lot of questions. At the time, I didn't know what IVF really was. I mean, I knew the basics, but I didn't know the ins and outs, and I felt like you were really thorough in answering any questions that we had. And one thing that I really appreciated was we had gone through treatments and all, just the heartache of infertility, and for so long I felt like that when we were here, I wanted to do it right then and there. I was just ready. I didn't want to waste any time. I didn't want to wait, for 6 months or whatnot. And I know, some couples might have to wait for various reasons, but I really appreciated that once we made the decision that we wanted to move forward with IVF, that we did right then and there. It wasn't this waiting game. I felt like infertility was just such a waiting game, and I didn't want to wait anymore. I just wanted to proceed with things, and I felt like we did, and I was really grateful for that. And we just had a really good experience here. Everyone felt like friends. Every time I called with a question, it was answered right then and there, or Tabitha would call me back, within minutes with an answer, and that was really helpful. And I felt like we were really taken care of.
Yeah, and I think one thing that I really enjoyed too was you guys explained why you were doing things and what it was doing for us, and the importance of doing things on time or making sure we're good on here, but also the fact that you guys really just took care of us and you monitored everything so well. Whereas I noticed that I've even noticed that friends that are doing IVF with other doctors, they're not being monitored as much, or I just feel like
it's not as thorough.
Yeah, it's not as thorough, and I feel like you guys are always up to date on the latest and the greatest, which I really appreciate. So, yeah.
Good. You'll have a lot of dark days. We certainly did, and I guess my advice would be to don't give up, and let yourself have those dark days, because they're gonna come, and it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel angry and upset and discouraged, but don't give up. Because there were times that I told Colton, I'm done. It's too expensive, it's too heartbreaking, it's just too much, physically, emotionally, spiritually. But then I'd go to sleep that night, and I'd wake up the next day and say, no, don't give up. And I'm so glad that we didn't, because look, it took a lot of work. On our end, on your end, it took a lot of hope and a lot of faith, but yeah, just don't give up.
And for the guys out there, don't try to fix it, just sympathize with them and do the best you can to help. Because you can't fix it. You just gotta do the best you can to help them through it.
Yeah, a lot of love, and just keep trying. Just keep trying. We're really grateful to you, Dr. Moffitt, and to your staff.
Everybody was awesome.
Everybody was so awesome, and that's why we're back. That's why we're back to visit you and say hi. If we hadn't felt like that towards you guys, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
We really love you guys and know that you're a part of our miracle.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it without you.